Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Welcome to another meaningful conversation with Danish Learning Wala. Today we are going to talk about a question that many of us ask ourselves at some point in life. What am I truly passionate about? We often hear people say follow your passion, but the real challenge is understanding what your passion actually is. Sometimes we confuse passion with hobby. Sometimes we think our passion must be something we have loved since childhood. And sometimes because of family expectations, social pressure, financial concern, or fear of failure, we never get the opportunity to explore what genuinely excites us. In today's fast changing world, discovering your passion is not only about finding something you enjoy, it is also about understanding your interest, strength, curiosity, values, and kind of contribution you want to make. So let's explore this topic. I am going to have a conversation with ChatGPT and some practical questions that can help us think more deeply about ourselves. Let's begin. What does finding your passion actually means, and why it is important for personal and professional life?
That's a great place to start. Finding your passion basically means identifying those activities, interests, or causes that make you feel energized, engaged, and fulfilled, not just busy or entertained. And why it matters? Well, in your personal life, passion gives direction and a sense of meaning. Instead of just drifting or ticking boxes, you're choosing things that actually light you up. In professional life, passion can fuel persistence. It makes the hard work feel more worth it because there's a bigger spark behind it. But it's not always about turning passion into a career. Sometimes it's enough to keep it as a side practice that recharges you so your work doesn't drain you completely. It's both compass and fuel.
Many people say I don't know what I am passionate about. Many people say I don't know what I am passionate about. Why do people struggle to identify what truly excites them?
Yeah, that's super common. People struggle because life often piles on obligations, studies, work, family expectations. That kind of noise can drown out what you actually like. Also, we're not always encouraged to try new things, especially as adults. And passion doesn't usually announce itself with fireworks. It's more like a quiet interest you notice when time disappears while you're doing it. Plus, fear plays a huge role. Fear of wasting time, fear of what others think, or fear of not being good enough. All that makes it harder to listen to what really matters to you.
ChatGPT keep question. I have 15, 16 questions. So keep time 40 second around so we can complete for a 10 12 minute video, 10 minute video. Okay.
Sure, go ahead with your first question whenever you're ready, and I will keep it concise.
I'm going with third question. How can someone distinguish between a genuine passion or something they simply enjoy temporarily because it's popular or socially attractive?
A genuine passion tends to keep pulling your attention back over time, even when it's not easy or glamorous. It's something you're curious about, even after the novelty wears off. A temporary interest usually fades once the excitement drops. Also, ask, does this thing connect with my values or just my entertainment? A passion usually connects to a sense of contribution or purpose, not just passing fun. And if you're still unsure, test it. Give it some time, see if the interest survives the less exciting days. If yes, maybe it's more than a fling.
Can you give us some practical questions that person can ask themselves to discover their interest and passion?
Sure. Try questions like, when do I lose track of time? What activities make me curious enough to learn even when no one's forcing me? What problems in the world actually bother me enough that I'd like to help fix them? And if nobody judged me, how would I spend my free time? Reflecting on those honestly often sparks clues. Then you can experiment small. Classes, side projects, volunteering, tiny trials before big leaps.
What role does curiosity play in discovering passion? Can following our curiosity lead us towards something meaningful?
Curiosity is the breadcrumb trail. If you follow those small, I wonder sparks, they often lead somewhere interesting, even if not exactly where you expected. Curiosity keeps things playful instead of forced. So you discover interests naturally rather than chasing what looks impressive. And over time, those little interests can stack into a bigger sense of direction. So, yeah, following curiosity is one of the most reliable ways to stumble into something deeply meaningful.
Sometime people discover that they are good at something but don't necessarily enjoy doing it. How should someone balance their skill with their interest when searching for their passion?
That tension is real. Skill alone can feel empty if you dislike it, but pure interest without any ability can fizzle out if progress feels impossible. The balance is to start with interest because that sparks energy and then build skill gradually around it. Competence often makes enjoyment grow. If after real effort you still dread it, it's okay to keep it as just a skill for utility and invest your passion energy somewhere else. Not every talent has to become a life's calling. Let your joys guide you and let your skills support them.
How important is childhood interest or past experience when discovering passion? Should we look back at what excited us when we were younger?
Looking back can be useful, but it's not mandatory. Childhood interests can give clues because they're often unfiltered by practicality, but passions can also show up later in life, sparked by new experiences or even setbacks. I'd say glance back, sure, but don't limit yourself to the past. Sometimes passions are less rediscovered and more newly grown. Stay open, experiment, and let meaning show up in the present.
Can passion develop over time, or do we have to discover one specific passion that always been inside us?
Passion can absolutely develop over time. It's not always a buried treasure waiting to be unearthed. Sometimes it's something you built. Like you start with mild interest, then skills improve, confidence grows, and before you know it, it feels like passion. So rather than hunting for a single lost thing, think of it as cultivating a garden. You plant small seeds of curiosity, water them with practice, pull a few weeds of distraction, and see what blooms. It's less about destiny, more about daily tending.
What if someone has different interests? For example, they may enjoy technology, teaching, creativity, business, and communication. How can they decide which direction to explore further?
Should start small. Pick two interests, try a short project in each. Notice which one energizes you after the novelty wears off. Then reflect which aligns more with your values and long term vision. You don't need to choose one forever, just the next experiment. Small steps, honest reflection. That's the path.
How can experimentation help someone discover their passion? What small experiments or activities would you recommend?
Tiny, low stakes trials. Try a weekend class, a short volunteer stint, a mini project like building a simple website or giving a short talk about something you like. Keep it small enough to avoid overwhelm, but real enough to actually feel the work. After each, jot a few notes. Did you feel energized or drained? Curious or indifferent? Patterns tend to show up pretty quickly. Over time, stack those little clues and you'll see a clearer picture of what deserves deeper investment. Curiosity first, commitment later.
Many people are afraid of trying something new because they think they might fail. How can someone overcome the fear of failure while exploring a possible passion?
You don't have to eliminate fear, just shrink it. Try safe, small experiments where failure is cheap. A 1 day workshop, a rough draft project, or a practice session. Reframe failure as data, not a verdict. And celebrate effort, not just outcomes. Each failure teaches what to tweak next time. Over time, that mindset shift makes trying feel a lot less like danger and more like discovery.
How can social media influence our understanding of passion? Sometimes we see successful people online and think we should follow them same path. How can we avoid comparing our journey with others?
Social media spotlights highlight reels, which can distort what normal passion looks like. Remember, you're seeing the final product, not the messy years behind that. To avoid the compare trap, set boundaries, curated feeds, less doom scrolling, and focus locally. Try documenting your own process, even tiny wins. So the focus shifts from their journey to your actual next step. Your path is yours, and it's not invalid if it looks different.
Can passion become a career, or should passion and career sometime remain separate? What should a person consider before turning a passion into profession?
They can overlap, but don't force it. Consider stability, market demand, and whether you still enjoy that thing when it's deadlines, not just fun. If not, keep it as a joyful part of life alongside a practical career. The key is alignment, not obligation. Let passion support your life, not swallow it whole.
What role do purpose and personal value play in finding something that truly excites us?
Purpose and values are the compass. They filter options so the things you explore actually matter to you. Excitement that connects to your values, like helping others, learning, creativity, tends to feel more durable, less like a short spark, more like a steady flame. When that clicks, even hard work feels meaningful and worth it. Without that link, excitement can fade fast. Values keep passion grounded, so it sustains over time instead of flickering out.
Suppose someone watching this video is 20, 30, 40, or even 50 years old and still hasn't discovered their passion. Is it too late to start? What would you say to that person?
It's never too late. Honestly, passion doesn't check your age at the door. You came back to what caught your eye. Try small experiments, classes, volunteering, dabbling. Let curiosity be enough at first. The point isn't to find the one true passion, but to keep discovering what makes you feel alive. Starting now is more than enough.
If you had to give viewers a simple 5 step process for discovering their passion, what would those 5 steps be?
One, notice what catches your attention day to day. Two, test it with tiny projects. Three, reflect on energy gained or lost. Four, connect the ones you enjoy to your values or ways to help or create. Five, commit to one small next step for a few weeks, then reassess. Simple, repeatable, human.
Finally, what
You're
is
welcome.
finally what is more powerful message you would like to give someone who feels lost and doesn't yet know what they truly want to do with their life?
You're not behind. Feeling lost isn't a failure, it's a starting point. Take one curious step, any step. Let small experiments guide you, not pressure. Meaning tends to appear after you start moving, not before. Be kind to yourself, keep learning, keep moving, even slowly, and the path shows up.
Thank you very much, ChatGPT, for this insightful conversation.
Glad it helped. Take care and keep exploring.
So, guys, keep learning, keep exploring, stay curious, and keep discovering yourself with Danish Learning Wala. Take care. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.